Here are 5 things you need to be doing every single time you decide to buy sports cards. The first step is identifying which cards you're going after. You need to kind of predetermine what it is that you want or what kind of cards you're looking for, so that way you have somewhat of a general consensus. And this is the most important step out of all of them, because without this, if you don't identify which cards you're actually looking for, you're going to just be shooting in the dark and you're going to end up buying a bunch of cards that you really don't have. You don't know what you're going to do with. You never really intended to buy in the first place. You could get a crazy good deal. People will sell hundreds of thousands of cards for like $100, but they're all worth next to nothing. Nobody wants them. And so yes, it might feel like a good deal. However, good luck getting your money back. If your intent is to resell sports cards, start looking for liquid cards. It doesn't have to be like one specific card, but look for cards that are more liquid and, do sell often. Because the last thing you want to do is buy a card that is never going to sell. You're never going to make money on a card that doesn't sell. The second step in this process is checking condition. Now, this kind of varies, because if you're doing something online like eBay or something, you're looking at photos, you're kind of trusting that the seller is being completely honest with the actual condition of the card. Yes, if they send really good photos, you can kind of double verify that. However, until you really have it in your hands physically, you're never really going to know the true condition. So it is a little tougher online, but that is where most sales happen. However, you have a lot more protection if you are buying in person, at a card show, card shop, all that different stuff, because you can see it right there and you can catch something, with your own eyes. Again, this is another crucial step in this process, because you could easily think that you're getting a super good deal on a card, but I've seen it happen all the time. People lie about the condition. They know no one's going to buy it if they actually honestly put conditions. So people always lie about what conditions cards are in. If you get lucky, you'll have an honest seller who is willing to let you know if something is wrong with it and kind of point it out. But I've had it happen to me many times. Print lines, all sorts of different stuff. It's tough too, because everyone's just kind of going off of what some people consider one type of say near mint. When you look it up on eBay, it says barely has any flaws or something like that. So some people would consider near mint perfect, pristine, PSA 10 condition, and some other people would be well, it's not brand new, perfect 10 condition, but it's still in really good shape. There's nothing crazy wrong with it, but there could be, something small, and it's well, there go my chances of landing a 10. So just remember, because you're getting a good deal on something, typically if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Be sure to look that over, because the last thing you want to do is buy a card. You think you're getting a super good deal on it, and then you realize, oh, one of the corners is chipped. There's some major defect in it, and now you're hoping that you can even just make your money back. This kind of ties in, but the third step is value them / comp them out. Use different comping services. I recommend everyone, the industry standard is Card Ladder. I personally don't pay for it. I think you have to pay for it. So I don't actually use it. But another couple good ones is Sports Card Pro. That's really good about dating back to years ago. You could even just do sold items on eBay. Some of the things that are kind of tough though on everything is it's really hard to say. Something will be, unless you really click into it, sometimes if a card was listed at say $150, it'll say that it's sold for that price, but when you click on it, it'll have a line through it, a strike through it, and it'll actually have sold. It means they basically took a lower offer. On Sports Card Pro, it should typically tell you what that is. Other times, on eBay, it won't necessarily, I don't think. Sometimes it will, I don't know. So it's kind of tough. I also recently learned that 130 point, that's a good, I don't know if they have a website as well, but I use their app. I heard one of the best. Also Market Movers is more current licensed stuff. So I would honestly recommend, what I do is I just kind of use it all. I utilize each thing, and then I kind of get something from all of those and kind of come to, this is what the card is valued at. And again, this is super essential, because if you don't value your cards, you have no idea what they're actually worth. That's just, you're setting yourself up for failure. And this is all super accessible. You don't need to create an account for any of these. You can get plenty of information and do this all for free. So there's really no excuse to not doing this. I don't really know why anyone would. Obviously, sometimes, people will buy stuff here and there. If they truly just like a card for what it is and maybe they want to add it to the PC, maybe the price doesn't matter to them. But if there's other copies of that card, like unless it's like a 1 of 1 or something like that, or something that barely pops up, like low serial numbered, like you could just go buy another one for even cheaper without, if you're not gonna, if you do check for it, you could buy the same card ideally for cheaper. So I would highly, I don't know why anyone would want to spend more money unless they only had, like, say there was like really bad copies of cards and they were really like trying to pay a little bit more of a premium because they were trying to get a better copy of that card. That would make sense. But again, do your research on this stuff. It's all public knowledge, so there's no reason to overpay on a card these days. The fourth step is evaluating the seller. The biggest thing when it comes down to buying is knowing, like, if you can trust that seller or not. And you'll really never know until the deal is actually done. You could even have like someone go as far as like they actually shipped it, they did everything good, but then, you know, how many times have I received a package, or even you, have you gotten a package in the mail, everything went so seamlessly, smoothly, you get it in the mail and you open up the package and it is like not shipped how it should be. I've had guys ship big bubble mailer envelopes with only all the cards were just top loaded. They were roaming around, flying around in there for however long they were in transit for. And by evaluating the seller, it's going to protect you a lot as a buyer, because the last thing you want to do is be doing, you know, things I've had to deal with where I'm going through PayPal support, waiting 3-4 weeks to get back $700. That's a big chunk of money right there. So, and some people, I keep hearing people say all the time that PayPal does not cover sports cards and stuff like that if they think your intent is to just like resell it right away. I have no idea, but in my one case, I did get a full refund for it. And I use goods and services. So, but people say that it doesn't work for that anymore. But regardless, always use goods and services, especially if you've never done a deal with that person before. And then maybe you could, you know, lose the fee and go to friends and family. But to protect yourself, unless you truly like trust someone with all your heart, use goods and services. Also, with evaluating the seller, smaller sellers, you're most likely to get burnt out on the most. Look at their eBay profile. Look at how many like items they've sold, what their reviews are. Reviews go a long way when it comes to eBay. I've never taken reviews seriously, but when it comes to eBay, I've learned that like you better have a good darn rating. And people are really nice about like leaving reviews as well. So I really do enjoy that. The fifth and final step is have a plan. You need to have a plan regardless of what you plan on doing with these cards, that every single time you're going to buy, regardless if you want to hold and invest them, resell, flip them, even like just literally anything, add it to the personal collection. You need to have a plan with it, because if you don't, it's just a waste. One of the things I hear quite often is, you know, the money is made when you buy the card. It's not made when you sell the card. Yes, you do like actually profit and make money on a card finally once you do sell a card. However, it's a common misconception, because like until you really buy that card, like that's really where the money's made. Because if you're, say, you know, you're buying it, say I'm buying some card that's worth $100 at $90. Now I bought that, I'm in for it for $90. Now I think I got a good deal because I got it $10 less than it actually is. This is just a hypothetical example. Well, now I throw it up on eBay and I can't get anyone. I list it for $100. I'm thinking, oh, $10 would be great. After the fees, it really wouldn't mean anything. You'd actually lose money, but regardless. And no one wants to buy it, and the only thing people keep sending you offers for is $90. Well, too bad, so sad. You better take one of those offers, and with fees, you'd still lose money. But let's just say, maybe not on eBay, $90 and $90. So you broke even. So just because you sold it, yes, you could have made money, but if you'd actually maybe bought it for a little bit less, then that's where you would have made money. So I hope that kind of makes sense. It's a little confusing, but it can go both ways. But truly, like if that is your goal, you're investing, you're flipping, whatever else, I mean, really think about it when you're buying. Also, you know, don't be buying, if that is your goal, don't be buying cards that aren't going to move for you. That's another thing. Like all these steps tie hand in hand with one another, and it's never a good thing to not have a plan with a card. And just because I have a prime example right here, I'm actually going to show you what I mean here. So recently I bought an 8-card graded lot, right? You look at some of these cards and basically 3 of them paid for the entire lot. Now this guy had up all 8 and I was able to work him down to basically what I would want to pay on the 3 cards that were actually like worth something, meant something to me. Now, it's not that 5 graded cards are worth nothing, but if you like actually look at this, so I don't know, never even heard of APG before. I don't know what it stands for, but some grading company, right? In a 10. But this is a 2024 Prism Terry McLaurin red, white, and blue Prism. Now these, if you opened up like a fat pack of Prism or something else, or maybe even one of the blaster boxes or mega boxes comes with these, and these are like, oh, it would say like on the box, it would say like 10 blaster or mega exclusives, red, white, and blues, and you get one of these. This is nothing significant. This isn't even, Terry McLaurin's rookie year is like 2019, I'm pretty sure. And it's a red, white, and blue, like one of the most common, like a step up of a parallel from the base card. So it's nothing. Just because it says it's a 10, it's not even, one, it's not even in from PSA or like any of the other major grading companies. I've never heard of APG, so I'm sorry if I'm, missing out here, but I've never heard of it up until this point. Another one. Travis Hunter college uniform. People like to see guys in their pro uniforms. This one says 2025 national. So some people might want this because it's Travis Hunter. It is serial number to like 199. But again, it's not PSA, it's not SGC, it's not CGC, it's not Beckett. I mean, like seriously. So I didn't have, or how should I say this? The 3 cards that are truly worth something in this card lot, I bought like, and that I knew I was going to make a profit, make what I wanted to on that. And these cards really just thrown in here. Otherwise, I would have never, like if he tried to like charge me like money for these 5 cards, I would have just took them out of the deal. I didn't want them to be in the deal. He just wanted to be, that's what it was. He wanted to just offload all 8 cards. So this kind of worked out, but like, look at this. Theo Johnson. I barely even know the guy. Never even heard of him on the field. I only know him from opening football cards. Now this is a rookie, but again, it's a disco Prism. If this was, and it is PSA, but it's a 9. If this was someone like Caleb Williams, who else is in 2024? Jaden Daniels, like for the Giants, Malik Neighbors. If this was in a 9 of Malik Neighbors in a disco, great. That actually has value. But Theo Johnson, what is he? A running back? Wide receiver? Tight end? I have no idea. Yeah. What did it say, tight end there? Yeah, tight end. He's a tight end. Nothing. It's worth nothing. Cam Ward base card, Bowman U first, SGC 9. It's a base card. It's literally a base card. And then what is this? This one is a GMA 9 Odell Beckham rookie. Pretty sure this is a base card as well. So that's what I'm saying. Have a plan. Because I could easily see someone seeing, oh, there's 5 slabs, there's 10s in here, all that different jazz. Okay, well, first of all, Cam Ward, first overall draft pick, but it's a base card in a 9 in his college uniform. Theo Johnson, not a sought-after rookie at all. Terry McLaurin, not a rookie card, no-name grading company. Odell Beckham Jr. used to be a really big name back in the day. He's back with the Giants, but GMA 9 on a base rookie. And Travis Hunter, national. If this was maybe in a PSA slab, this might actually be worth like a couple of dollars, but a no-name in a 10, I don't even know. So yeah, have a plan. If, someone could have sold these for like $5-10 and I still wouldn't have bought them. I don't care what they go for. I don't even know what they go for, and I don't care. All right, everybody. So I hope that kind of helped you out there with the 5-step plan of what you should be doing every single time you buy sports cards. There's definitely, many more steps I could have added to this whole thing. Got super tedious, down and dirty, to the nit-gritty, every single little thing. But these are just kind of like, just more generic, simple things. And if you're not currently doing one of these, definitely make sure that you begin to start doing this to protect yourself as a buyer, and it's really just going to help you in the long run. So I don't know why you wouldn't. I'd imagine most of you are probably already doing most, if not all of these things, but I just want to kind of serve this as a reminder, or if someone's looking to get into the hobby, maybe this video is a little bit more for them. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.